a poll from CNN on Obamacare. 54% of Americans oppose Obamacare, otherwise known as the Affordable Care Act. This is according to a CNN poll released on Monday. 43% percent support the law. Perhaps relevant in some respects because the Congress passed its 37th, 38th, I don't know. You lose count at one point. The House voted to repeal Obamacare again last week because they can't seem to find anything else to do. But here is their problem. While 54% oppose the law, when you dig down into the poll, and not very far, 35% of the country, you remember that magic number, 35%. That was the Bush dead-enders. For years, it was always hovering in the low 30s of people who still supported George Bush. 35% of the country opposes the law because it's too liberal, while 16% argues it isn't liberal enough. And in many respects, I would probably, if I was asked that question, I would probably fit in that 16%. But the law exists. And the question is, what happens next? Because those 16% are not people who would necessarily want Congress to repeal it. They would want Congress to fix it and make it better. Perhaps by making it a single-payer, we don't know, system. Support among other age groups fall as low as 31% among senior citizens. I would be willing to wager that at least a small portion of that, and perhaps not so small, is because they were under the misapprehension that it in some way implicates their Medicare, which it does not. So what is clear from this is that there is still a significant majority that not only wants health care reform, but wants it to go further. And this really, in many respects, is before any of the law's best attributes come into play. We know up to this point that if you were under the age of 26, you could remain on your parents' health care plans. Millions of under 26ers have taken advantage of that. We know that it set up high-risk pools which were not participated in the numbers that had been speculated and hoped. Those high-risk pools will become moot when Obamacare kicks in at the end of 2014, fall of 2014, because if you have pre-existing conditions, you will no longer be able to be denied health care coverage.